Hello, welcome to the video. Today we're starting with what will hopefully be some longer videos. And as you can see around me, winter has started. It looks so nice, but it's a little unfortunate for what I want to start doing today. Today we're going to be doing a bunch of terraforming in the area behind me, from the woodcutter's cabin all the way to the end of the trees over there. That whole area is going to be custom built with a bit of terrain shaping and a bunch of custom trees. The grass path system will also be replaced, and I'm going to start sending it up the mountain for when it eventually gets connected to the village above. I will also be building a proper bridge and finishing the mine entrance today. I did start working on these towards the end of my last recording session, but I wasn't happy with where they were going and decided to stop and rebuild them completely along with the whole area. The first thing that needs to get done though is we need to chop down all of these trees and clear out this space. This needs to be done before I can start shaping the terrain and moving the paths to where they need to be. The layout's going to stay the same, but the height is going to change. And they've added in the tree chopping vein mining ability, which is amazing. This will make things go so much quicker. They've also fixed the backpack. It's back up to the same amount of slots. It's no longer just the single inventory row, which is so much nicer. I'm not too sure on the other changes. I haven't really looked at the list too in depth, but that's really cool. On the topic of trees though, and more specifically custom trees, I'll be building a lot of them, so to try speed up that process a bit, I did go and get that skeleton spawner from the last episode. Having easy access to bone meal is going to be essential to this project. I also chopped down one of these Zelkova trees on the way back, and it pairs really well with walnut wood, so this is going to be perfect for the bridge. I might even go and add it to some of the buildings in the area. I want my path system to be coarse dirt, and luckily there is some naturally generated quite close to the house, so let's go and grab some. Hopefully it'll be enough for this episode, though I won't be using it just yet as the snowfall will make it much harder to see where I'm digging. Before I start digging away, I'd like to explain the direction just a little bit. The grass paths obviously are going to be swapped out to coarse dirt, but while it's snowing, I'd like them to stay the same, just so they don't get covered up and I actually know where they are while I'm building. I'd like from the bridge to the mine to be as level as possible. Obviously it's not going to be completely flat, but that is the main route that's going to be taken, so I'd like it to be as easy to travel as possible. The rest of it I'm going to fill with custom trees, some rocks and foliage, so this whole area should be quite full once it's done. I do want to raise the ground level in some areas and drop it in others. There'll be a wall kind of sorts naturally formed running along the left side of this path. I also want to drop a section towards the river and just add a bit of a cliff kind of terraced look to it, I guess. I think that's the word I'm looking for. But yeah, so that's the plan, and it's time to start figuring this out. The general shape of this section is done. So far I'm quite liking it. There will be changes to it going forward towards the end of this though. I don't want this to be as flat, so I might get some of those vertical slabs and shove them at the bottom here just to give it a slight overhang. But so far I'm liking where it's going. While I was working on this and looking at some of the recordings, I've thought of a way to edit it that might make things a little more interesting to watch. Okay, I've gotten myself into a nice spot, and hopefully this works out. That ended up being just a little bit shorter than I wanted it to be, but it was the first time trying it out, and so far I'm really happy with how it went. So next time I do that, it should be a little longer with a lot more substance, I guess I should say. We're not done just yet. The main part is done. I've got these massive trees that I've thrown up. I've got pumpkins and stuff popping up as well. Those ones were not planted. I really like the way these trees turned out. And this area is coming together pretty nicely. I do, however, as you can kind of see here, need to finish up with some moss podzol, and I'm going to be planting more of the smaller trees in all the spots that I have these in front of. So I was gonna do some small custom trees, but the normal Minecraft spruce trees are actually quite good in size comparison, so I figured I might as well just continue with them. And thankfully this one will take a much shorter amount of time than the big ones. These took me like 15-20 minutes per tree, so that took a while. I also have to touch up some of the ground over here next to the wall. Obviously there's a bit of an overhang in some places, but I will get to that in a moment. I think I might actually need some more dirt. I can use moss. Yeah, that should be fine. I've got more down here, but up at the top as well. There's 1, 2. Oh, that's a low one. Do I have any at the back? I think I might have 1 over here. Yeah. My chests are pretty much stuck in the middle, which is kind of cool, I guess. Oh yeah, there's 1 over here. That's a nice tall one for the house. I don't think I have any more of these laying around, so this should be it. The bees have been pretty happy. I'm going to have to move their hive a bit, make it look a little better. Ooh, I got such a cute picture of a bee earlier. I'm going to throw that in now. Little dude was sitting in my workshop window. That's looking so much better already. Ooh, I need to show you from the distance. I think I've placed these quite nicely. I was trying to keep them in certain positions, and I think it looks really nice from here, especially with the smaller trees now. It gives it a little bit more body to it. I do now need to start replacing the actual pathway. Winter is over. This has taken a while to build. It is actually now early autumn, so we've blasted through like 2 months. Can I close that? Thank you. And it's time to start replacing pathways, which I've got everything in here. I'm just going to shove all of this in, do the pathways quick, and then we can do the extra stuff later. That should be all of that. We will start from this center bit, I guess. Yeah, I think this is going to look quite nice. I don't like how light these grass paths are for this. Yeah, that's 1 little loop done. Yeah, that matches the bridge much better. And it's not as bright. Let's go to the mine first, because that's where I'll be going the most. I'm going through this very quickly. So I will probably need to get more. I will need to get more if I'm going to be doing the slabs, actually. Yeah, I'll use this up first, though. One of the main reasons that I'm wanting to actually use coarse dirt is, well, 1, I think it looks a bit better than the grass paths, but 2, it will actually get covered by the snow when winter falls, and I think that will be pretty cool. Yeah, it just feels a lot more rough and like walked in. Yeah, that looks so much better. I still have a decent amount more. We'll see how far this gets us. It might actually take us to the end of this. I don't know if I like having this tree here. I'll leave it in for a bit and then maybe take it out later. I'm really enjoying this project. It has been taking me forever, but it's been quite fun. I did fall off one of these trees though, which was pretty deadly. Have I just run out? Yes, I have. Okay. There's a T. Do I keep that in there, actually? I might. And we'll take it to the side first, because this is the shorter path. That is almost exactly enough for the main path section. I'm gonna leave this for now, because that I will do properly once I start connecting up to the village. But I still have a little bit of work to do down here. Oh, there's a tree here. There is meant to be a tree here. I don't have any bone meal. I want to go get some quick. I'm loving the sounds this area has been given. Oh, let's step down. That's actually the perfect tree for there. That's cool. Okay, this is starting to feel a lot more like a little forest. Especially this back area. I should probably, now that I'm thinking about it, on this back end plant a few. Oh, that was a hungry one. Yeah, and then I'll do like another. Do I have the posts? I've got these ones. Oh, I have my actual ones that I was using. Okay, so put one there, throw one like maybe not there, a little closer in. One maybe there. And then over here, let's throw one down at the bottom. And then up here, maybe a little closer in. We'll come back to these, because it's not too important. It's just to kind of round off the edge of the forest. Which, I think this path has just really brought it all together. So if I come up here, just break a couple like this. And then some moss as well. Birch leaf pile. Those actually work really nicely here. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it at that for now. I mean, I have a little bit more pod, so let's just just do that. I've added a few small bushes to the area as well and bone mealed some spots just to make it a little more overgrown, as well as added some slabs to the pathway to make it easier to walk around. That is all for the terraforming part of this, I guess. The forest is done. I'm super happy with how it turned out, and I'm really liking the sounds of the birds and stuff playing. It is, however, time to move on to the bridge. Coming into this project, I was planning to completely rebuild the walls of the bridge, but I've run across it a bunch of times to get a better view of the forest, and it's slowly grown on me. So instead of a rebuild, we're going to be doing a material swap. That way it should fit better with the updated style of the area. It is still getting some minor adjustments to the shape at each end, as well as some greenery on the water's edge. Moving over to the mine entrance, I'm also keeping the changes small down here, however the reason is almost opposite to that of the bridge. While thinking about some of the changes, I had some inspiration, and I'd like to do a larger build than I had originally intended. It's going to need some planning, and right now I don't have enough time before this episode comes out, so that will feature in a future episode. As for what I want to do down here, it may be a little cliche, but I think some underground buildings would be awesome. They would be themed around ore excavation, cave exploration, and smelting. Thinking about it now, I should probably rebuild the XP farm in the same episode and connect them with a nice path or walkway. The XP farm will turn into a bone meal farm as soon as I can get another skeleton spawner, since as of episode 8, we'll have a much better one set up. That's going to be it for today. This video ended up being a lot shorter than I expected, but that will work itself out as I get better at planning and recording content. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Bye!